Howdy folks, it's the Kincardine Paradise Lane Beekeepers with you again. Me, Anna, and Mr. Moore.
Hello there.
No, it's on
See?
it's on selfie
Disorganised.
mode. Very disorganised. Mr. Moore's already. So today, it's been a really nice day today actually, and the bees are out foraging like anything. They've been busy since early this morning. As you can see around the front. Look, there's a beautiful bluebells. And there's the bees going in and out, really busy. Right, so what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to take off the feeder. It's totally insane that we should have been feeding the bees sugar syrup in late May. But the weather has been so bad. It's been rainy for ages and ages. And this was just to help the bees along a bit. So we're going to take the feeder off today. Well, no, just take the roof off and lay it down flat on the ground somewhere, but upside down, yeah. But not too far away, no, flat, not too far away, here, like there. That's good, yep. Okay, and then if you look in here, you'll see the bees are still, oh my goodness, there's some dead bees in there. I wonder how that happened.
I don't know how they got in.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's nothing left in there anyway. So they're just out to have a look and see. Okay, so what we can do is we can take that off. I think what we should do is lay it down kind of diagonally, leaning against maybe down that side we can put it.
Leaning against that door?
Diagonally, so the bees can come out, and we'll give it a wee puff. Where's the other? Right, you have to keep the puffer over here so that we can use it. Right, hang on a minute. We'll give them a wee puff underneath there. There. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, sorry. Right, we're going to stand that up diagonally there so the bees can fly back into the hive. Oh.
I lost all that syrup there, didn't
I don't need it now anyway. Yeah, so there's the bees. Right, so the bees they've come up into the super and they might be beginning to, yeah. Now remember and keep it that way up.
Oh, Mr. Moore getting a row there.
No. I'm blaming it on you, all the upside down filming that happened.
Well, I was holding the camera.
Right, so here, you can see they've drawn the comb out quite a lot there.
And what does that actually mean?
It actually means, well, they're just preparing it for, once they've drawn it out completely, then they can start storing honey in there. Right. Anyway, so we don't really need to look at the honey super. We just, what we will do is, if you pass me this puffer, I'll do the puffing and things, and you can do the filming. Oh, this one's getting in my eyes a little bit. Right. So what we're going to do here, what we're going to do here is take the honey super off, puff underneath it a wee bit, and the honey super's, whoa!
Oh, it's noisy in there.
Buzzing. Oh, a load of buzzing. Right, we're going to take this off. Oh God. And we're going to lay it down. Oh God, can you move the smoker?
Disorganised.
Going to lay it down there nicely. Okay, bees, we're not making you angry, we're just having a wee look. We're going to take off the queen excluder. We're just doing a routine inspection today, both brood boxes. What we're looking for is signs of swarming. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that Make sure there's no signs of disease or anything, that we've got enough stores of honey and pollen. Well, yeah, honey and pollen.
I can't do both jobs here.
No, you can't. Right, okay, give a wee puff there. Enough stores of honey and pollen. We're going to check that the queen is actively laying eggs, so we'll probably see eggs in some of the cells and grubs at different stages of development. There should be a lot of brood cells as well. But a sign that they're preparing to swarm is
Burkle?
no.
Peanuts on the bottom.
Peanuts on the bottom. Queen cells or swarm cells are called at the bottom of the things. Now, where's my hive tool? If you're a beekeeper, you mustn't be scatty and forgetful. Yep, there's my hive tool underneath the top frame. Right, what we're going to do here is we're going to take these frames out one at a time. We'll check them out. Number one, the dummy board at the end. Dummy board, which is as you say, a space saver. A space saver. There.
Well,
These wee bees, right bees. Do you want to go back in there?
you're leaving this one off.
Well, the queen wasn't on it anyway, so we don't want to drop the queen outside the hive. So when we lift the frames out, we hold them over the hive. So I don't really consider myself to be a very experienced beekeeper as yet, which is why these videos we've been making, we started off making them for the after school club at Mr. Moore's school where he works. So it's like beekeepers for the non-beekeeper.
Beekeeping for dummies. By dummies.
Oh, well, look, right, take a good look at you see up there, see if you can...
Spot a queen?
No, if you look inside the cells, there's pollen stored round about where my thumb is.
Oh yeah, I can see it, there's
And
red.
There's, yeah, lovely different
There,
colours
see,
of
there's
pollen.
top left hand corner.
Beautiful.
Orangey red.
Yeah.
There's another bit of red in the middle there,
That's
right in the centre of the
lovely.
picture.
Yeah. We're going to have to look at what... I'm thinking that the horse chestnut, which is
you
in
said
flower
that,
at the
aye.
moment, has got red pollen, but I'll have to check that out. So on this frame you can see loads and loads of cap brood cells, and they're worker bees. Some of the empty cells there are ones where I'm sure they've just hatched out. They've hatched out. And what would happen normally is the queen would... Oh God, I've just seen a drone. Look at that. I can't show you. Just in the middle there. You can always spot the drone. They're bigger than the worker bees, and they've got big black eyes.
Right at the top. Is it on its own at the top? Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of in the middle at the top. But I believe the worker bees have to groom them and feed them and all that, because they don't do anything. They're lazy shits, they are.
Okay.
Okay, right, we'll turn it round and just have a look on the other side. Tell me, you might see a queen. Tell me if you see a queen. We've got to mark the queen. Mostly, queens are marked just so that you can spot them more quickly. But this queen here isn't marked.
I can't see one.
You can usually get the queen and just give her a dot of paint on her back, on her thorax. No, anyway, so here we have, oh yeah, lots, there's, oh, if you look in the middle there, I wish I could point, maybe I
No, you
could
don't
actually,
bother.
I could try. Right, in the middle, round about here somewhere, if you look in really closely, you might be able to see young grubs.
Yeah, I can see them.
Dear viewers, you might spot that I'm not actually wearing beekeeping gloves. I'm wearing gardening gloves, clean gardening gloves, but I don't know if they're going to protect me from being stung. We'll see. Some of these things you just have to do by trial and error. Right, I'm going to put this one away and get to the next one. Now today Mr. Moore's doing absolutely brilliant filming. He just earned himself a level 2 beekeeping certificate by doing some beekeeping on his very own. Was it last night?
The night before, I think.
So that was when I was really worrying about the bees because of the bad weather, and I was thinking I hadn't fed them for a while, and they'd been putting up with terrible rainy weather. So I thought that by asking Mr. Moore
Oh, it's a busy one.
to put some syrup in and put the feeder on top, and that would keep the bees happy. And it seems to have done. Right, okay, that's looking good. There's nothing much to see there. Maybe we should go through this quite quickly today because I don't want you to get too riled by being inspected. Oh, now what I have to do before I do anything is I'm going to tuck the sleeves into the gloves so that the bees don't go up my sleeves and sting my armies up my sleeves. Because they do that and they've got to try to legs. Okay. Right, where was I?
Tree
Was about
3.
here. Was it only here? I haven't got very far.
No, because
Right,
you're
let's get
chatting constantly.
Yeah. Well, any encouragement like that, I just give me an inch and I take a mile. Right, these are very heavy.
Oh, is that a good sign?
I think it is, yeah. Now, right, now this is interesting because on this one, see along the top, there are capped brood cells, but they're big, aren't they? And that's because they're drone cells. So the queen is obviously beginning to lay more drones. So when the queen lays her normal fertilised eggs, they become worker bees. But when she lays unfertilised eggs, they become drones, which is interesting.
Why does she do that?
She does that because, especially as the year progresses, and there's a possibility of the colonies swarming, sending out a swarm. There's a drone. See that one?
Quite bigger, eh?
Then, then what was I saying? Yeah, the drones. Drones are needed because when an old queen decides to leave with a swarm, she'll take a large part of the workforce with her and go away to find a new place to set up the colony in a new hive. So she will leave in the original hive. She'll leave one or more queen cells which will hatch out into new queens. And then when the new queens hatch, the first one who hatches will go around and kill the other newly hatched queens if there are any other queen cells, so that she's the only queen. And then she goes out on a mating flight, and she has to be chased by drones. Anyway, she goes out in order to mate with drones. And normally there would be a number of drones will follow her on her mating flight and mate with her. It won't be drones from her own colony that mate with her, but ones from other colonies who come out. See that one there near my hand up
Yep.
there? It's fanning its wings and sticking its bum in the air.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah. I'll be doing that to communicate with the others, maybe sending out some pheromones. I don't really know what it'll be doing, but it's interesting to note anyway. Interesting to note. Right, I don't see a queen anywhere there. I'm still talking too much really. I'm not working hard enough. So what I'm going to do is take my feather, scoot away some of those bees so they don't get squashed. Feathers are very good for kind of, without harming the bees, making them move. Oh. Whoa, made them angry.
Wee pupper
Where is it?
behind you.
Almost gone out. Right. Well, I don't know, I mean the pupper, I don't know if it's going to help at this stage.
Right.
Okay. Oh, I squashed a bee accidentally. Right, okay. Right, next one. Next one, yep. That's fine. Oh, what are they? They're like empty queen cups, they're called. See those big ones
Yep.
there? They're queen cups, but they're all empty, uncharged as we call it, right?
So they haven't been filled.
So no, but in any case, if they were filled and they began to they'd become queen cells, but they would be what's called supersedure cells in the middle of the frame. So the swarm cells are usually at the bottom of the frame. Yeah, this is not great. Nothing there either. Right. I'm going quite fast now. Right, no swarm cells there. No swarm cells there. Still lots of nice capped brood. That's always a good sign. A nice healthy colony. There's a queen cup at the bottom there. Oh, it's got a bee has just gone into it.
What about? Oh yeah, I see it.
There.
Aye, so
Nothing
that's empty.
in it. It's empty anyway. So it's quite common to have a lot of queen cups. Not usually anything to worry about unless they actually see an egg in them. Oh, this is a heavy one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Lots of action.
No. A few brood cells, a few drone cells. Put that back in. Right. Those chickens doing? They're making a lot of noise round the back there.
Raking in the midden.
They're rattling about. Rattling in the middle. Well, that is all stinging. It's stinging my glove. It's not exactly stinging me, thank God. But... Right. Oh my God, that's heavy. Right. Let's see no queen cells there. No queen cells, that's the drone cells though.
The drone cells, yeah.
This is the last one, and then we can go on to the next box. see, this hive tool is not nearly as good as my other hive tool, which has got a hooky bit at the end, so it's easier to hook these and take them out. There. Many queen cells. No, and they're busy storing there's
Honey.
capped honey cells. Yep,
Wow.
that's great. So that's normally how they work, is that the queen will, most of the brood, the queen will lay round about the centre of the hive, and the outside ones will be used for storing honey and supplies. So, right, we're going to move these up and then we're going to put the dummy board back in and get on to the next. Next. So this hive has done really well, I think, really well, because as well as having to change location and we have a bad slug infestation in the winter, and we've always been, with my two hives, this is always a weaker hive. My other hive is in Livingston Loft in Edinburgh. This is like Kincardine beekeeping. This is the Paradise Lane apiary, I should say. I'm sure there are many other apiaries. There might well be many other apiaries around Kincardine. But only one in, as far as I know, on Paradise Lane. Right, we're going to put these back. Are they well spaced out? Right. Yeah, right now, is the puffer still working? Not at, oh, it is a bit, yeah. Right, now what we're going to do is, Mr. Moore is going to lift this and lay it on top of, lay it diagonally on top of the honeysuckle down there. So I'm going to puff them, and I'll take the camera while you're moving it. Right. Now, first of all, I'm going to just loosen this up, because the bees tend to like sticking things down. They stick these propolis to glue down the boxes. There's the slightest chance I'm going to go and stick something down the propolis. Right, what am I doing? I'm not filming myself. Right, you move. Move the box. If you can. Right, I'm going to puff underneath. There's not much smoke left in this. Could you go and puff that up a bit? I mean, maybe put more. Oh, it is. Right. Yeah, there it goes. With my good old puff. Yay! Brilliant. Right, okay, you can take over filming duties now. Remember which way round it goes. Here we go. Right, we're going to start at this end again. And the thing is, you see, if I do discover queen cells, I'm going to go into panic. No, I shouldn't do, because I've watched lots of videos about this, and I've actually done a hive split before myself a couple of years ago. So, right, I don't see no signs of anything amiss there. On this side we've got, yeah, brood cells, honey, pollen stores, lots of pollen, lots of multicoloured pollen stores. Beautiful, beautiful. Now this one, I'm going to have to stand this one down so that we've got room. There's no, I just make sure first of all that there's definitely no queen on it, because I'm going to have to stand it up at the side of the hives really. Stand Sorry, fellows. Right, next one. Let's go. Right, well, I haven't been stung yet, despite these non-beekeeping gloves.
Wow.
Right, very busy, but no queen cells. No queen cells. Oh, beautiful. Look at all those cells filled up with honey.
Brilliant.
Now what we've actually, one thing we've got to look out for is we've got to make sure that there's going to be there's enough room for...
Well, you've got another one on top of that, haven't you? I've got another one on top. Did you not just move up?
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is I've got to look to make sure there's enough room, there's enough empty cells for the queen to carry on laying. And of all those empty cells, a lot of them, these bees seem to be immediately putting honey into them.
Cool.
And there is one of the signs, although they don't seem to be wanting to swarm yet, so maybe they know better than I do, but one of the things that makes them want to swarm is...
And they run out of room.
They run out of room, yeah.
So is that now what the next one up? Oh, there's...
Oh.
Bird thing is down there.
Oh, that's all Burcombe.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're going to have to take that Burcombe off, I think. Ah. Anyway, I don't see a queen anymore. See, if you can film those, see some of the bees are very sort of orangey around the tops, the hairy backs are very orangey with pollen.
Yep.
So I don't
I've
know
got one.
what kind of, yeah. So normally the bees collect pollen and they pack it into what's called the pollen baskets on their thighs. And as they go in and out of the hive, you can see them at the entrance to the hive going in with brightly coloured pollen baskets full of different pollen from different flowers.
Right,
So anyway, so we'll just keep on. There's not a queen cell there.
so you're just going to leave it?
I should probably really take them off. It's a hassle, probably should. Right, did I bring that wee box that I was going to put things in? I was going to put Burcombe in. This is a bit of a drag. Right, I'm going to put that in there.
Well, that's worked fine.
Yeah, as long as the bees don't stay in there. Yeah, that's the Burcombe coming off. We don't want to kind of encourage them to be making all this extra comb down below the frames, because
It took seconds.
eventually, yeah. Okay, here we go. Back in, bees. Back in. Push you up to that side. These gloves seem to be working okay, actually. I've not had any stings on my hands yet. There we are, another one. Right, no queen cells at the bottom, but a nice busy hive. Oh God, there's a big drone right in the middle there, bumbling about.
Yep. Eaty.
Yeah. Well, you might say that, but
No, it's very active.
the drones. It's just going around being fed and cleaned by all the worker bees.
Great job if you can get it.
Well, I always remember, like, my dad was a great beekeeper, and I always remember as a child him showing me, in the autumn, we would go and look at the bees, and a lot of drone bees were, well, as winter approached, the drones were just being useless and just, it stung me! Ouch, sorry bees. The drones were just hanging around being useless and eating stores and everything.
Look at that
Eating
big
them.
grub coming out there at the top.
Oh yeah, that's because... What's that noise? I didn't finish saying what I was saying. Oh yeah, we used to watch the worker bees chucking the drones out of the hive. What's that noise? Oh, it's the chickens! It's the chickens. Right, so here we've got more. Oh god.
More burple.
But unfortunately, I wish that one hadn't stung me. It's a bit sore. Actually, could you get the puffer and could you puff my hands so the smell of soap? This is what you're told. Well, a lot of these experienced beekeepers do their beekeeping, especially the ones that do bee videos. They make a fool sound. They do their, where's that thing going on? They do the beekeeping without gloves on. And it's very awesome for showing off. But in fact, whoopsie, they say that if you want to do that, then you have to puff your hands with the smoker first. And then the bees are less likely. But can you look inside? That is a queen cut, or the beginning of a queen cell. Can you see if there's anything inside it?
Doesn't look like there's anything inside anyway. Is it that big white one there? Or
No,
this one up there?
no, that's just a grub.
This one right there?
Yeah, that is an empty,
Queen cell.
well, it's a
It's
queen
empty,
cut,
anyway.
but it could be the beginning of a queen cell, and it is empty, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, right, what we're going to do is, if I had my pen here, I would mark this one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, it'll be the 5th of these along. Next weekend I'm going to check this because that won't have given it enough time to develop and be capped and be ready to hatch into a new queen. So if it is going to be used as a queen cell, if the queen's going to lay in it, then that'll next weekend we'll have to decide whether or not we want to do a hive split. Yeah, but so if you remember, oh fuck! Oh,
Done again.
sorry. Right, I've had a couple of things in the hand. I think I'm gonna have to. Wish I had better gloves. Right, so where have we got to? Right, my hands are badly done. Right, we're only halfway through this lot and we're beginning to see signs of swarm cells, so we ought to finish this off. Right, we'll do it quickly. Oh, very busy. No swarm cells.
No swarm cells.
No. Right. Next one. Oh, honey. No swarm cells. No swarm cells. Looking good. Looking good. Does that need to be put more stuff in it to keep it puffing? Yeah. Just a while.
No, it's still puffing.
It's not puffing very much, is it?
No.
Right, I don't see any.
Plenty of honey in the next one, that one you just took out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is looking good. This is all looking good. But what I'm wanting to see really is room for, here's the room. Right, now if they, yeah, I mean there is plenty of room, but the thing is that they would have to, they'd have to draw out the comb on that, because that's still just a single sheet of wax. So in theory there's lots of room, but we've just got to put some work into it and draw that comb out, I suppose. And there's another similar one, plenty of room, but you need to draw the comb out. And the last one. And once again, same again, yep, so that's good. So now, right, so that's good. So more or less we've done now. We just need to shift this back over and put the dummy board back in. Was there a dummy board in this? No, there wasn't a dummy board in this one. I'll just put the wall back over. Oh, I've been stung about 3 times. See, earlier in the spring, the bees were
Oh, look at this
so
outside.
docile.
Come here.
No, I've not looking.
No, you'll have to see it to believe it.
No, I can't. I'm not able.
Right, well, you can't see the doorway for bees.
Film it then. Oh, bastard, bit me again. No, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably not going to be suitable for primary school children because they're being stung as well. So. Oh God Almighty, hurt. Okay, right, here goes. Right, Mr. Moore, your job now is going to be to put that back on there. I'm going to get my feather out. Right, I'm going to whisk some of these bees away from the side and you put it down quick. There. Okay, right there. Right, put it, yep, down. Sugar it about until it. Yep, that's good. Now the queen excluder. Queen excluder goes down. Keep the queen within the 2 brood boxes. The worker bees can still, oopsie, worker bees can climb up through the queen excluder. Now the super on top, honey super on top. Yeah, excellent. Put it on nicely. Perfect. No, yes. And upside down, other way around. Brilliant. Yeah. That's that. Perfect.
Come round and see this now.
Right, now I can come round and see it. Oh my God.
What's it all about?
Well, it'll be all the bees that came out when we opened it up. Oh. Right, so now what we have to do is put the stone back on top. Take this home and wash it out. I'll take this home and clean it out. We can probably right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was a successful inspection of the hive. Right, let's finish.